All right, welcome everyone, and thank you very much for joining me in this very triple, very quadruple, very special video. I promise you I'm not making this up. This is actually a very good video, and I hope that you watch it because I have one big surprise for you in a little bit that I'm going to show you in the video, which might disgust you because ethically I don't think it was right? So I do have something I'm going to show you. You'll want to stick around. This is a pretty interesting one that I'm going to show you. But before we get to the very interesting part, I'm making this video to talk about briefly what happened at the press conference, what's ahead, and how we can deal with this stock. So the beginning is my first YouTube video on LUNR was at $2.53, which I think was a really good time at that time to get in, because even now if you had not sold, you would still be up 100%, right? This was my second video on LUNR, and if you bought even then, you would still be up 100% right now. And this was at $4.35, which was my third YouTube video on LUNR. One more thing before we go on with LUNR is watch this, guys. Watch this. February 2nd of 2024. If we do the math, that's 22 days ago. I told my Discord members the news are great for Novavax, but the company has struggling finances. Stock was trading at $4.07. Novavax right now, guys, is at $5.25. If you want to learn more about Novavax stock and many other great stocks, you can join us at Bull Market Watch, which I think is a really awesome trading community and one that you would like. And everybody's very helpful, and there's a lot of information that's awesome. The link will be in the comment section below. So the press conference screenshot, Steve explaining that the Nova C lander has tipped and it has landed on a sideways, right? It has landed sideways on the moon.
We came down with, like I said, about 6 miles an hour this way and about 2 miles an hour this way, and caught a foot in the surface, and the lander has tipped like this. And we believe this is the orientation of the lander on the moon.
Up until before he started explaining that it was tipped, it was trading, I think, if I remember right, $9.90 around there and all that stuff. It was around $10. And the moment he starts to take that model and he moves it to show that it landed tipped, that stock tanked immediately, guys. Okay, so Business Insider. Intuitive Machines almost lost its moon lander because somebody forgot to flip a switch before launch. That's pretty crazy. Intuitive Machines CEO says a safety switch on in its lander's navigation was accidentally left on. Yeah, somebody forgot to to flip a switch. I get it, but you know what? It was their very first time that they were going to the moon, right? First time that they were attempting this, and for a first try, I think they did pretty well. Think about NASA, how many times they had rockets explode, astronauts getting killed. SpaceX had plenty of rockets explode, right? These things are part of the business, I guess you can say. Today, though, we did have something awesome, right? President Biden gave a statement on Intuitive Machines landing on the moon, which I think is nice. It helps the stock. Why not? So, statement from President Joe Biden on the successful landing of the Odysseus lunar craft. I'm not going to read the statement. You guys can go to White House webpage and read it if you want to. Cantor Fitzgerald, 23 hours ago, maintains overweight on Intuitive Machines, raises the price target to $13 US. They had a $4 price target. Now they raise it to 13. That helps, I guess. Why not? All right, now let's focus. Let's get to something very important that I want to show you. On February 23, 2024, Intuitive Machines on the X platform post the following post, and they say LUNR Surface Day 1 update. Odysseus is alive and well. Flight controllers are communicating and commanding the vehicle to download science data, right? So that's that, February 23. And on February 23, Bill Nelson on the X platform congratulating LUNR for a great landing. And then on February 23 again, Intuitive Machines states the following on a post on the X platform. And it says, after troubleshooting communications, flight controllers have confirmed Odysseus is upright and starting to send data. Some people are actually upset about that post. Some people are saying that this post was intentional an intentional lie that that Intuitive Machines knew very well that it was not upright, but they posted this anyways and so on. That's something we can never know. This guy is the co-chief investment officer at Kingstown Capital Management, right? Guy Shannon. He posts on February 23 also. Now watch this. He posted this on February 23. So on February 23, Intuitive Machines says we're upright. They post on the X platform. On February 23, this guy says soft landing on the moon. Congrats to everyone at Intuitive Machines. Interesting, because this wording that he puts leaves him perfectly fine legally, in my opinion. Now I'm not blaming the guy for anything, but I mean, whatever, coincidence or what? And now we come to the SEC Form 4, and we see Guy Shannon, right? Shannon Guy, that's the guy, right? Same guy, director at Kingstown Capital Management, right? And on February 23, this form comes out on the SEC website, right? The same day he's posting that everything, congratulations. And this guy sells over 350,000 shares of Intuitive Machines at $12.50 and then at $8.98. So yeah, I thought that was interesting, guys, that you get on February 23rd, okay, we're upright, we're all fine, which Intuitive Machines, there's no wrongdoing on Intuitive Machines. That's that's what they thought initially, whatever. Then you have this guy saying, hey, congratulations, posting about it and all that, but at the same exact moment or prior to that post, he has dumped over 350,000 shares of Intuitive Machines. All right, so some of the positives from the company that some people didn't focus on. This successful soft landing validates the company's technology, which we believe will result in increased contract awards for the company going forward. The IM-2 mission scheduled for fourth quarter of 2024, estimated, right? And the IM-3 mission scheduled for 2025 also have their respective lunar landers nearly fully contracted, said Shepard. And then Mueller goes on to state that now firmly established as a disruptor within the space technology sector, we expect the company to increase its overall win probability on future contract awards, including follow-on CLPS missions, the LTV rover program, and potential classified Space Force work on XGO surveillance operations. But we also have something else, which is the earnings. That's something much closer. So it has been confirmed, formally confirmed, that the next earnings publication date for the company will be on Monday, February 26, 2024. So supposedly Monday coming up, Intuitive Machines is going to have earnings, right? I don't know. We'll see. That's what it states. If the earnings comes out, will the earnings be good? Okay, so in terms of revenue, they're definitely going to have an all-time high, break record in revenue, right? Their previous year, they had $88 million. Just for this mission that they did now, going to the moon, they received over $133 million. So definitely the revenue is going to be much better. We don't know what the losses will be for the company because it's not profitable, and the forward guidance, right? So we'll see what goes on with that. If Lunar falls to $3, then I personally am very excited to get back into it. One more thing I want to mention is ticker symbol SPRY. I did a YouTube video for SPRY when it was at 567. I did a second YouTube video on SPRY when it was at $7.58. So we go from 567 to 758. And the stock now is trading over $8.60, right? So it has gone up even further up. Guys, let me say something about this. If you were in SPRY from my first YouTube video, right, which you should never trade according to my videos, but if you happen to like it and you did your research and you bought when it was at 567, now that it's at 866, you're up big time. That's up to you when you want to take profits. For anyone who's new and looking at SPRY now that it's at 866, just know that, if you're kind of late to the party, there are more risks, right? Because if anything happens and let's say SPRY doesn't get FDA approval, your cushion is, what cushion do you have to get out in time, right? But people who had gotten in at much earlier prices, right, they have a better cushion and all that and safety to get out still profitable. So keep that in mind if you're a new investor, right? If you feel that you missed the train, just let it go. You'll find another stock. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys, and I wish you guys all the best. Take care.